Hello, everybody. I'm Micah Miranda, Economic Development Director with the City of Chandler. Today, we're joined by Dan Clarke from IntraEdge, a local Chandler company. Excited to have you today, Dan. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and IntraEdge?
Sure. I'm Dan Clarke. I'm the president of IntraEdge's Products and Solutions Group. I've been here in Chandler for almost 33 years. My kids are born here, so I consider myself very much a local person. IntraEdge, we're also based here in Chandler. We're right next to the Intel campus. I'm actually an ex-Intel executive myself and have a very, very close relationship with the Intel group there. IntraEdge itself, we're about almost 1,500 employees. We have almost 650 W-2 employees here in Arizona, nearly 1,000 if you count contractors that we provide jobs to. And IntraEdge was founded by my partner, Cal Samani. Cal founded the company almost 20 years ago as a services company, a services provider. And it's been a really strong local success story where we've grown continuously and continued to innovate. And I joined the company about 5 years ago now to help Cal with the product side of the business, which is really most of my focus.
Well, thanks for sharing that. And you're also a triathlete. We were chatting about that earlier, so very cool.
Yes, I am an avid triathlete. I have my coffee mug here. This was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life, and I'm very proud to have crossed the finish line with 35 minutes to spare. But I love doing the triathlons, and I understand you do them too.
Recover now. Like I was saying, I just I'll go out and do my own events by myself and keep it easy. But yeah, it's a great sport. So IntraEdge launched a proprietary thermal temperature sensor, QuikSense, which just recently received FDA healthcare certification. Can you tell us a little bit more about this product and how it came about and who it's ideal for?
Yeah, sure. So it came about, of course, because of the pandemic that we're suffering right now, where there's a need to take people's temperatures. And there's a special permission from the government to allow companies to take people's temperatures as part of their overall program. But you still have to abide by all the laws. You have to comply with all the laws, and you want something that's very accurate and very capable of taking these temperatures in a consistent way, recording the information in a way that abides by all the rules and regulations. What we've seen that taking somebody's temperature actually is an important part of the overall program. It's not the only thing you should be doing, but if you combine that with health questions like we do with our application and with other elements of your program, you can really do your part to try and slow down the spread of COVID. And so that's really what prompted us. I got a call from Intel, and they said, we'd like to develop a kiosk to automatically take people's temperatures and to do so in a very compliant way. And I was thinking, as an employer, well, we've got, almost 1,500 employees. Yeah, that sounds interesting to me. I could use a couple of those. And the executive in Intel goes, no, Dan, we want you to develop this. And I was like, wait a minute, why? And they're like, well, what you don't understand is that when you start taking people's temperatures, if you're a hospital or a medical provider, you're kind of used to that and used to that sensitive information. But that's not the case for retailers, for the general business employers, for most businesses out there. And you're really good at compliance. You're really good at security. You're really good at privacy. And we'd like to have this privacy compliance focused solution. And so we started off and we developed this kiosk that automatically takes your temperature. It asks you medical questions, and it helps businesses get back to business, get back to work. We've been most successful with larger scale employers, with larger companies, as you can expect. But what we find is that we're very compliant with the law, and we started by using an infrared camera. And the challenge with the infrared camera is that device itself is quite expensive. it's about half the cost of the solution, just the camera itself.
Wow.
And it's very, very accurate, but you're starting to see a lot of difficulty in sourcing those now, where you're getting long lead times, just being able to get enough of those devices to be able to enable this solution. And so a while ago, we decided to start making our own solution to this. And that's what today, what we call QuikSense. So this is a very simple device. It's much less expensive than a camera. It uses a medical grade sensor. And when you combine it with a kiosk or with a laptop or any type of computer, it will take your temperature very, very accurately and very consistently. And that's the device that we call QuikSense. And this is made right here in Chandler.
That is very cool. So that's a major distinguishing factor from other solutions on the market, right? And so
it's a big difference. We went through a lot of work to get that label on the back that says FDA certified. You can get through FDA approval if you want to go through sort of a process like the camera lens that we use is FDA approved. But what we do is we actually test each device individually against a standard to make sure it's really accurate and very precise and reliable. And that's what allows us to achieve this FDA certification. At this price point, the ability to be fully compliant with security and privacy and all the other elements that you need to, I think this is a very unique solution. And that's the reason it's been, I think, very, very successful in the market.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Between ideation to actually having a product ready for the market, how long did that take for you?
It took us about 2 months.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, we went through this in a real hurry. My chief technology officer, Pete Mueller, is really the key inventor in this. He's also a Chandler guy, by the way. He came up with most of the core ideas around this. We 3D print this device, so that we did that just really because of the time frames involved and to do it as quickly as possible. We use off-the-shelf devices. The sensor that's used here would often be used in a medical grade, like an FDA certified thermometer you might see at a hospital or something like that. But it's something that's relatively available in the marketplace. We had to pull the pieces together, manufacture all of them, 3D print them, house them, test them. And as I mentioned, it's made right here in Chandler so that we're able to really keep up with the pace of the design and the prototyping. And now we're in volume production of this device now.
That's incredible. 2 months to get it out to the market, all done here in Chandler. I think that kind of goes to the heart of Chandler's brand being a community of innovation, and IntraEdge really personifies that type of mindset we have here. And it's cool. I didn't know it was 2 months. That's amazing. So there have been certain technology companies that have been able to increase revenues and profits during the pandemic. How has COVID impacted IntraEdge and some of your clients?
So for us, our core services business, not the products business, but the services business is down about 10 to 15% during the pandemic. But what we've done is we've been able to pivot more of our resources to our product business, to our learning, which remote learning has become much more popular and much more important to people, and to our product business like Truyo, our privacy platform that we co-developed with Intel, to things like QuikSense. And so net overall, we're actually up modestly during the pandemic in terms of headcount, in terms of revenue. So even though we've had a little bit of a decrease in one area of our business, we've more than made up for it by really pivoting to the opportunities that are created by the environment today.
And that's some of the stuff that we've been hearing, and it's good to hear IntraEdge is experiencing a pivot to profitability in other areas. Can you talk about how your labor force has taken that mindset of innovation, whether it was on the services side, and brought it over to products?
Yeah, that's really why I joined the company. I've known Cal Samani, our founder, for a long time, actually. I was a customer of IntraEdge's at
Oh,
two
really?
prior companies that I ran here in town. Yeah, I've been running companies here in and around the Phoenix area for almost 20 years now. And I was a customer of Cal's doing software development. And when you're doing outsourced software development, ask the customer, most of the time you're really not that satisfied at the end of the process. And what I found with Cal, and the reason I kept going back to him, he's such an honest guy. He's so transparent. He has so much integrity that it makes projects go better. And at the end of a project, even when you have problems, you end up going, you know what, that was a pretty good experience. And so I had talked to Cal for years and years about starting a product business within IntraEdge. At the time I joined, the company was about half the size it is now, about 800 employees. And I thought, you know, there's a big resource base with a lot of expertise in cutting edge areas, you know, in AI and deep learning and compliance, and especially in security. And we started looking for specific products that we could go and take to market and really become that next big innovator company, because we have a lot of the infrastructure, we have a lot of the technical talent that are necessary. And so we actually partnered with Intel on our very first project. Didn't work out, but our second project was Truyo. And we co-developed a privacy product with Intel that is now used by nearly 100 household brand name clients to comply with the privacy laws. And I think that's been a very successful use case of being based in Chandler, having access to this wonderful talent pool that we have here. And we love being based in Chandler.
Well, we appreciate that and obviously love having you. And that kind of was going to bleed into my next question. But with locations all over the world, what makes Chandler a good location for the headquarters?
So first of all, we do have locations all over the place. We have offices in India, Canada, the UK, and we have offices in Northern, Southern California, in New York, in Dallas. You need offices that are close to your customer base at times, and you do need that mix of things. But we absolutely love Chandler. We feel like there's a great talent pool here. There's a good, strong infrastructure of tech companies, you know, big tech companies to work with. It's a great government to work with. You know, I think both at the state level and at the local level, we find a lot of support and a lot of collaboration is possible. It's affordable here. And this is the city where, you know, you recruit somebody to come here. I had somebody, it's been before the pandemic, but I had somebody over at the house that we were recruiting to come here from San Francisco. And he comes to my house and he's like, okay, give it to me straight. What does a house like this cost? And I told him, and he's like, I have a 1-bedroom apartment in San Francisco that is literally more expensive than that.
That is crazy.
This allows us to attract people from all over the place. You've got a really good basis of people, and I just love it here. I mean, we have all of the infrastructure, all of the elements that you would want in a big city, along with a rich and diverse talent pool. I mean, what more could you want?
Dan, you're going to be like our traveling salesman. When we go on lead generating trips, we're going to bring you with us, okay?
Absolutely. I love it here.
Right. Well, I know we're wrapping up. Is there anything else you guys want to share with us?
I just want to say that if anybody does need help in taking temperatures, this can be a little bit of a scary prospect for companies. That if you're a hospital, you know how to do it. We actually have a number of hospitals that are our clients as well. But most importantly, those retailers, those businesses that just employ small or large numbers of people, if you're thinking about that as part of your overall program to get back to work, get back to business, you want to think about how you have to comply with all of the privacy and security and other elements of it. And we're happy to help with that. We have a very affordable solution made right here in Chandler, used by many big clients, and we're happy to help in any way that we can.
Well, we appreciate you being here. We know companies like IntraEdge have a lot of choices where they can put capital investment in people. We thank y'all for staying here in Chandler. And yeah, thanks for being a great partner as well. So to our viewers, thanks for joining us today. If you have questions, want to learn more about IntraEdge, check out their website. Dan, thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Take care.